This game, Story Cubes, is incredible. You can create all sorts of stories, games. It's amazing. Very highly recommended to get for your children. And it's called Rory's Story Cubes. And here in Israel, I use it a lot for various stories to tell my students and have them tell stories. You can get them on www.storycubes.com. Excellent resource to learn English, or any language actually. So I'm going to tell you a story here from the land of Israel. Once upon a time, there was a great challenge for two young men. We'll call them Yonatan and Binyamin. And these young men were not yet in the Israeli army, but they were very well trained. And they heard that someone had gotten lost in the wadis and the deserts of Israel down south. So they hiked down at nighttime. They wanted to help find these people and serve and rescue them. Of course, they knew that the 669 unit from the Israeli army would be down there. They would already be trying to rescue them. But on the way, they were searching, and they drank some water, and they said, we must go on because, you know, if we get there first to this unit, they might find exactly what needs to be done and help these people. You never know where they are. And a wadi in Israel is a very sudden torrent of rain, and suddenly the waters just rush down these valleys, and they can flood and cause a lot of great damage and a lot of danger. People can actually drown. So they knew the IDF was already in there, parachuting in there, and that the helicopters and the planes and the rescue units would be there. But along the way, they saw some tracks, and they knew these tracks on the trek that they were on would actually show them that there was a situation that was very dangerous, and they had to keep going. They saw these footprints, and they followed those footprints until they got to a shady area, a grove. And this area in the morning time was so amazing because it was very hot for one thing, and there was a lot of shade. And in the desert, they knew they had to survive, so they rested in the shade. It was about 8 in the morning at this point. And they said, we've got to keep going. But suddenly they saw these dark clouds crowd over them. And these clouds just started raining down buckets full of rain. So what they did was they actually went to a place that was safe just until the rain had passed, because the lightning was striking. And they knew that suddenly, right down there in the valleys in those areas, there could be a big rainstorm. So they did not want to be caught in a wadi area. Then they got hungry, so they said, we've got to eat something, but really quick. So they used their bows and arrows, and they shot animals, and they killed them and ate them. And they survived that night, the next night, because they knew that they could have something in their stomachs, drink some water, and they'll be just fine. They still said, we cannot stop, though. We've eaten, we've drunk, we've rested. Now we must look. So we'll continue to look for these people who are lost. And they continued to follow the footprints that they had seen. They knew they had to keep on track, and they had to find this group of people before it got too late. So they continued to look, and then they heard some noises. And they knew that they were close to these people. They continued on their way, and all of a sudden, they saw some people that were walking towards them. The people were fine. No one was injured. Everyone was fine, just hungered and tired. And so they decided that they would go back over the bridge that they had just found and go to the army, and the army would helicopter them in. When they found them, the army was thrilled and said, good job, young men. We're proud to have you on our team. And they were great volunteers because they had found the group of about 12 people who were rescued that day. The end.